Hello? Can anyone, if you can see me or you can hear me? Okay, Mr. BHB, I made it. Okay, awesome. That's cool. Just give me a second. This is a huge pellet. This is a huge experiment for me, guys. I literally, like as I was telling you, Bruce, or Mr. PHB, I ordered. A huge pellet. Okay, it's working. It's working. Okay, I just today ordered, or I got, I should say, the camera. So I'm on my computer for the first time with the camera and a microphone. I see you and hear you. Looks great, actually. That's awesome. So, yeah, let me ask you this, Jason. Is my voice too loud, too quiet, or is it good? Nice and clear, man. Okay, that's great. That's awesome. So let me welcome everybody. You got Mr. BHB, Bruce, we got Jason Wade, and EJ's guitar, Scotty G. Thanks for coming in, buddy. I hope everybody's having a great Thursday. We're almost near the end of the week, but I'll let EJ go on about that. You got a booger. Play that guitar. Actually, I don't know if I've got I've got my guitar right here. Marco's Images. Happy Thursday, West Coast. Hey, Marco's Images. How are you, buddy? Yeah. So this is a guitar I used for. I did a demo, a review earlier this week on the Outlaw Deluxe, Outlaw Marshall pedal by. Keep getting the name wrong. The Deputy Marshall pedal. I don't see nothing. Okay, did I get booted out, guys? Or am I still here? Am I still here? Let me know. Hey, people. Hey, Michael B. How are you, man? How are you doing? Scotty G, leaving work, so I'm out. Just dropped in to say howdy. Get a meeting in. Okay. Thanks for dropping in, Scotty. Appreciate it, buddy. Take care, man. I still see you. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. So I'm still here. Good. Yeah. So I earlier I did this week. I think actually yesterday I did a video on the Deputy Marshall pedal by Outlaw Effects, and this is the guitar that I was using. That's my 2016 Les Paul Standard. This was like my 50th birthday party. My wife got me this, so yeah. This was my first Standard ever. Because I've had a lot of Les Pauls, but it's always been, you know, classics or some variation of a Les Paul, but not a true Standard. So this was my true Standard. Of course, I've got another one since, but that's another story. So, okay, I got a few of you on. I got 8 people on. That's really cool for a Thursday. I don't know how convenient Thursdays are for everybody, but Sundays for me were getting a little rough. So I think I'm going to stick with Thursdays from now on, unless it's like a very horrible time for anyone. But if it's all cool with you folks, I'm going to probably stick with Thursdays. Okay, everybody's saying hi to each other. That's awesome. So, yeah, guys, I a couple of things that kind of happened this week, and I just, you know, I got 8 people here. Some of you are giggers, some of you are bedroom players, but it doesn't matter. It's kind of a universal thing, okay? So, what happened this week is, all right, let me start at the beginning. There is a bar that has 2 owners, and let's just call them Mr. R and Mr. B, okay? And initially, when we started playing this bar, and we started playing this bar a long time ago, this was the first bar to sort of take us under their wing and, you know, give us a chance. This was, you know, like our big break, so to speak. They're the first one to offer us multiple shows, so they've been very good to us. So in the past, they've been good. that being said, we've been finding that there's between Mr. R and Mr. B, the two owners of the bar, there doesn't seem to be very good communication. And what I mean by that is one person will say something to us and then the other person will say something else. Okay? So even despite us having a 4-year relationship, hello everyone. Hey, BV Ninja. Calling in for some minutes. How are you, man? Yeah, so despite the relationship over the years with these guys, this year what they've done is they gave us like 4 bookings really early in the year or even early last year. And what's happened is throughout the course of and they're all summer shows. Throughout the course of the summers, they've canceled 4 of our shows. So even though they were booked months in advance, they canceled 4 of them, okay? And then by chance, we went into the same bar to see another band, friends of ours. And this is Mr. R doing all the canceling. Hey, R2, R3, how are you, man? This is Mr. R doing all the canceling. We walk into the place. We see Mr. B. Mr. B comes up and says, hey, how come? Hey, 9,000 Fathoms, how are you, man? So Mr. B sees us and says, how come you guys haven't been here all summer? And we're like, because you canceled all our dates. So Mr. B flips out, pulls out the calendar, says, okay, I'm going to give you, pick whatever dates you want, and you guys can come and do it. Okay? So then what happens is we agree to do a couple of dates. We did one just this past weekend. And then this week we get another call from Mr. R canceling the next one, but offering us something else instead, maybe, and maybe booking a New Year's. Now, if anybody knows, like New Year's is the big one, right? So we don't want to take that show and then have Mr. R cancel on us like he's been doing all the time. So what do you think, folks? Should we agree to that bar's place, or basically tell them to forget it, agree to those gigs, I should say, or just tell them to forget it because of the history of them canceling us? Because if we commit to New Year's with this place and they cancel on us, we're screwed, because that means our agent can't get us any shows on that night. And if anybody knows, the New Year's Eve is the biggest night of the year. That's the big money maker. Get it in writing. Yeah, Michael B., that's an idea, man. Yeah, because they've been kind of screwing us around all year, you know, booking us months in advance and then canceling like within a week or two of the actual gig. And again, we're losing out because we've got other gigs we could have done in place of that, right? So that's a good idea. Get it in writing. So right now the consensus with us is basically not deal with them anymore and not accept multiple advance gigs. Have Mr. R and Mr. B talk to one another. Yeah, writing, good one. Yeah, okay. I knew you guys would have some good ideas. Get it in writing. That sounds solid. Very solid. R&B means right. The left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. That's exactly it, Mr. B. They don't, man. Yeah, make it legal and a penalty clause for late cancellation. Ah, Sonia. By the way, how are you, Sonia? Old Man Dan, how are you? Okay, we got a few more people. If I haven't said hello to you yet, I apologize. I think Sonia just popped in. 9 Fathoms just popped in. Old Man Dan just popped in. So thank you all so much for coming in and checking out the live stream. As I was saying earlier, I'm probably going to stick with Thursdays. And today's a big day for me because I'm actually went out, get prepaid with the stipulation. No, that'll never happen. There's no prepayment, Jason. Wait, that never happens. Doing good. Just listening. Oh, cool, Sonia. Yeah, this is a big experiment for me, folks. I mentioned this at the top. I actually bought a webcam. So I'm using my webcam. It's right there for the first time. And I actually bought a microphone. So I haven't had, no way, I haven't had any complaints from anyone about the sound of the picture. So I'm assuming everybody can hear me well and everyone can see me well. No, look for something. Have they been doing this with others unless you can get the 2 people in the meeting at the same time, get the contract clause for it? Yeah, BV Ninja. Actually, we're not the only ones. They've done it to friends of ours as well. So you know what, though? I mean, when you go and you do that to bands, I mean, you know, the word gets out, and then nobody wants to play for you. You know, I mean, especially when you book things in advance. Like, when we book something in advance, like as far as we're concerned, you know, we're taken. Like that's you can't, you know, we're not playing for you if things come up. You know, we're saying we can't do it. And then if it does get canceled, you know, we're out. You know, it's too late to fill it in, so we get shafted at the end of it. Hey, old miss everybody. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to check out your latest video, old man Dan. Man, you seem to be pumping them out quite a lot now these days, eh? It's like a video or two every day. Hi, Avivi. Yeah, so everybody's got some pretty good ideas. I like the get it in writing thing. That's pretty good. My brother. That's just my Marshall DSL 40. I've got it. I got it on one of the dirty channels. The business is perhaps in some trouble by the sound of it. You know what, BV Ninja? Yeah, you're right. Because we've kind of heard through the grapevine that they were going belly up. Because what they used to do, that one bar, like they don't really. We actually get paid less there than anywhere else. And the reason we still go is because of, you know, loyalty, because they helped us out. But what they used to do is comp all our food and stuff. So now they've stopped doing that. And they said they can't afford to do that. So literally you're talking about what, you know, a couple plates of chicken wings and a couple of beers. I mean, you can't afford to comp that. That's not a good sign that your bar's doing well, man. You know, yeah, the band wants chicken wings. Oh, claim bankruptcy, you know, just... That that doesn't bode well for your business, man. Yeah. Anyways, band writer is basically contract. You can, yeah, you know, for us GTV, we're kind of it's kind of a cash thing with us, right? So, you know, we don't claim the money that we make. I mean, there's really no point. Hey, Dave Byron, how are you, man? Gigs are in a sad place now. Yeah, Dave knows all about it. Yeah, we do a cash thing. I mean, there's you know, we don't claim anything that we make. I mean, we don't make enough to claim anyway. You know, is Mr. R&B really? No, EJ, Rogers and Bell is not Mr. R&B. I just no, I just didn't want to say their real names, man. Not that they'd ever watch this. These guys are even older than me. They don't know about the YouTubes. Hearing that, then look elsewhere if you can. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it, BV Ninja. You know, it's just when it gets to the point where, you know, you want to be loyalty and you want to be, you know, you want to be the good, you know, good person, and then you keep getting shafted. Like, there has to be a point where you say, you know what, I'm done, right? I'm done. I mean, you know, we did have a lot of loyalty. Good, love your demo, buddy. Oh, thanks, buddy. Thanks, Dave Byron. You know, you've developed this loyalty over the years, and you kind of, you know, you don't want to. It's a Canadian thing, I guess. You know, you just, you know, you want to honor the loyalty and how they helped us out earlier. But I think it's getting to the breaking point, though, for sure. Yeah, Dave Byron, that video I did for the no one's seen it. I just released it yesterday. It's Deputy Marshal pedal by Outlaw. Now I'm not. It seems like I'm advertising for them, but honestly, I'm not. I don't have any relationship with them whatsoever. But that is a very inexpensive pedal. I mean, in the States, you could probably pick it up for like $40 or $30. And it's a distortion pedal. Anis Ibrahim, what is your guitar? Okay, my guitar. Anis, welcome, by the way, Anis. Hope I'm saying your name right, man. This is a Les Paul 2016 Les Paul Standard. Dave Byron, if you're still watching, this is the guitar that I said. I have one very much like yours. The only difference in the look between yours and mine is I've got a teardrop burst and yours is a perimeter burst. That's about it. So anyway, yeah, that pedal, very inexpensive pedal by Outlaw Effects, which is a Canadian company. But it's the stuff is made in China. But I'm not ignoring people. I'm driving. Yeah, get home safe, EJ. I'd rather have you do that than participate. Anyways, so as I was saying, yeah, it's a Canadian company. It's Chinese-made stuff, but it's really good quality stuff. And that pedal's man, it's Marshall in a box. I can't believe how good it is. You know, just super impressed by it. Well, put something too. Okay, so Dave Byron and Old Man Dan are doing some collaborating. That's fantastic. Just to let you know, I'll reveal the amp demo tomorrow. Yeah, I saw that you were doing the amp thing, Dave. I haven't had a chance to check it out, but you know what? If you really, and I highly recommend this. If you want to compare things that you really like, whether I like these two guitars or I like these two amps or two pedals, nothing better than just put them side by side and just play them A B. I mean, I did that with I did a video on that with my two heads, the Hughes and Kettner and the Marshall head. I just A B'd them, and when you put them side to side, one does one thing better, one does another thing better, and then you kind of figure out what you actually prefer. So your Les Paul is a Honeyburst. I know. You know what, Dave? I guess it's the camera, but and the camera looks more like a light cherry. Chatting on live stream driving is tough stuff. EJ, just get home in one piece, man. You shouldn't be. If you were in Canada and you were chatting and driving, you'd be in prison. Anyways, exactly. That's what I did. Yeah, that's 50 in the States. Oh, I know what that's about, but chicken wings. Yeah, so yeah, it's the best thing to do is just A/B stuff. Like now that I have that pedal and I really liked it. Hey, Soda Pop, how are you, man? Wow, we got 15 people watching. This is amazing. Thank you so much, folks, for checking in. Yeah, I think I mentioned that to you, old man. You got a really nice looking Paul there, but I'm kind of biased. It takes a lot for a Paul not to impress me. I love Pauls. Foul Fish, hey man. Thanks for checking in, buddy. But yeah, you got a really nice Paul there. I love the cherries. I love the tobacco burst too. If it's light enough on the outside, if it's too dark, I don't like it. But if it's light enough on the outside, on the perimeter, that you can see the grain, I really like the light burst as well. Yeah, old man, everyone is claiming. Oh, okay. Mine's a T-burst. Yeah, T-burst is cool. Man, they're all cool. They're all beautiful. It's just something about a Les Paul. I don't know what it is, and I'm wearing my Fender shirt. But there's something about a Les Paul. I don't know. It's so iconic. You grow up, and that's the first image you see. Your guitar hero playing that Les Paul. And that's the guitar that you get in your head, and that's the one you want. Hey everyone, I'm slow at typing. The best part about live streaming Soda Pop is I'm not typing. Because if I was typing, man, yeah, it'd be so slow you'd hear my comments a week later. LPs are classic guitars. Yeah, they are, Dave Byron. I mean, I'm not knocking any other guitar. I mean, everybody has their thing, right? And for me, Les Pauls were always like the thing, And some of you, it's Ibanez or Tellys or Strats. It's all cool. They're just different flavors. But I like chocolate. I like Les Pauls. I mean, it's just the way it is. I saw a couple of cool Gibson Les Pauls today, Guitar Center. Oh yeah. Yeah, Guitar Center. Yeah, we don't have Guitar Center here. We have the Evil Empire. We have Lon McQuaid up here. Guitar Hack, everyone. Did you all see my posts of the new amp my friend Robert Keeley Club? No, I did not, BV Ninja. I will have to check that out. Suck it, Hack. Hey, man. It's a Great White North. What can you do? Hey, Soda Pop, I'm the same way with typing, bro. Yeah. I bought my wife a Pelham Blue model. Oh, man. She won't even learn a chord. Better for you. Just call it your guitar, man. I think I mentioned that to you before. Are you sure you're not the one that wanted the Pelham Blue? Just saying. I was checking guitars on. We're dragging him down the parking lot. Yeah, Pella Blues are nice. Some of the new colors they came out with. I mean, as much as I'm a traditionalist, she wants to put in a glass. Oh no, man! 9 Fathoms. I'm sorry, man. Instruments are not furniture. They're not meant for the be displayed. They're meant to be played. You know, just buy a cheaper one and then play that one. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. But yeah, you know, as much of a traditionalist I am with Les Pauls, they have been coming up. Some of the stuff they've been coming out with color-wise is cool. A lot of it I just doesn't appeal to me, but some of it's been cool. You know, this blueberry burst, that's really grown on me. The seafoam green, that has grown on me, you know. And those are colors that, you know, 10 years ago they didn't exist, right? But some of those colors I really like. Arvon Gaunt, how are you, man? Nice to see you. Zach Thong, thanks for jumping in. Damn, we're up to 19. Holy moly, guys. This is amazing. It's a record on a Thursday of all days. Wow. You know what? Just think of me as the lead into Ben. Because Ben Coombs' show starts in about an hour and 10 minutes. I've looked into Streamline. I need to see his vid. Guitar. I totally dig the Blueberry Burst. Yeah, it's cool. Hey, Bruce. It's sharp, man. Like I said, there's some that are, I believe it's 798 Sweetwater Road. We'll get to good. Oh, okay, cool. That's cool. They really like you, huh? Well, let's say I'm tolerable, Soda Pop. If you can stare at this melon longer than 5 minutes, you have my respect. Anyways, yeah, but I was just saying, so yeah, some of the new colors are really cool. They're really cool. I don't know. There's one I saw that was, oh man, I should post a picture of it. It was like they called it a gold burst or something like that, or a copper burst. It was really bizarre. It was really bizarre, man. It was like, imagine like the outside was like a dark copper and it kind of went from a lighter copper to a, so it was a burst, but it was a copper burst. I don't know if it's just a special edition or special. Should I get my, I don't know. You can hang your keys on them then, 9 Fathoms. I don't know, man. Just kidding, buddy. Yeah, whatever turns you on. Yeah, so, yeah, there are some really cool ones. Poo Ninja. Oh, there you are. I got to go mow and do housework. Hopefully catch you on the chat later. Have a great thanks, Poo Ninja. Sorry, buddy, I didn't see you there, but thanks for checking in. Have you ever tried Indian scales on soloing? Anise, and I hope I'm saying your name right. No, I haven't. There's a lot of exotic scales. Heck, did you see my fugly mug? No. Look, oh, Hurley. There's a lot of exotic scales, and I don't know any of them. No, like I don't do harmonic minor, melodic minor. I don't know any of that stuff. Honestly, my outside of major, minor, and then the modes that are basically the same thing in other places. That's the extent to which I go. Yeah, I'd love to know that stuff though, because some of that stuff, you know, when you hear it, it really pops and it grabs your attention. But yeah, when I solo, it's either major, minor, or I'll be playing, emphasizing like a mode. That's really the extent of my theory. I'm pretty much completely self-taught, so I wish I had been. I wish I had taken lessons when I wanted to, which would have been when I was 12. But this guitar thing was a fad. Yeah, a fad that lasted almost 40 years. But anyways, yeah. Dominant Phrygian. Yeah, so like I would just play Phrygian, you know. Dominant Phrygian, you know, raising or lowering the seventh. That's not something that I would do. I love the sound of it though. You know, I love guys that go there, but I'm just not one of them. I don't have enough theoretical ability. You know, for me, it's a big enough challenge just to stay in key, hit the root notes and thirds and fifths, and try to make it interesting. I love it. I love to learn the Indian scales. Yeah, it'd be cool. That would be cool. And I mean, it's a whole. I mean, if you did, it'd be like a whole other flavor to bring in, right? Nice to mix it up. And then when you hear it in modern music, like it's just, well, what was that? Like, you know, it's cool. Marty Friedman said, best make your scales modes. Yeah. What are those Indian guitars that the Beatles used back in the day? I like the way they sound. The sitar. The sitar. And they actually made a guitar that was like a sitar guitar. And some people used that in the 60s on some recordings. But George Harrison actually played the sitar. Ravi Shankar was his teacher. Ravi Shankar is a very famous Indian musician. When I launch DB Guitar Jams, I'll be going over that stuff, and I'll make it so easy. It'll make, I think you mean sense, Dave. Yeah. I'd be interested, buddy. Yeah, that's it. EJ on EJ's show today? Whatever came of that? Are you still a little hesitant? They think, yeah, Norwegian wood. Yeah, it was used in Norwegian wood. Yeah, I think that was actually the first, and I could be completely wrong, but I think that was like the first pop song, radio, hit that used a sitar. Yeah, George Harrison was kind of amazing when you think of it. I mean, how we started with the Beatles, and just his natural ability and his natural talent, and then the styles that he perfected. Like, he was a fantastic slide player. He's just a really, really good solid musician. And not like all of them back then. I mean, completely self-taught. Just fantastic. I like playing Helter Skelter. Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's one of the tunes that I do, actually. That solo is a little tricky because it was recorded as a backward solo, and obviously you're playing it forwards. So it's got some weird bendy things in it, but if you can hit that solo, it's pretty cool. Sounds like a... All right, I'm not touching that. Yes, George Harrison was also intrigued by Andre Segovia. Oh, okay. Dave Byron, I had no idea. I didn't know that he was influenced by Segovia. Yeah. Yeah, Segovia for a long time was... EJ is having 3 cool guests tonight. Do you got some insider information, R2? Is there anything you want to divulge, my friend? You need schooling, but you have no idea. Yeah, any requests, guys? Any requests? Anything I can butcher for you today? Yeah. So, cool. So, R2, what's your insider information, man? I'm curious who AJ is going to have on. Is it worth staying up late for? Irvine Gaunt. Hey, buddy. EJ, keep on rocking in the free world. I'm a little bit out. Keep on rocking. Paint It Black. Yeah, Paint It Black, another sitar song. Yeah, which I can't play. I don't know that song. But that's another sitar song, yeah. There's colors on the street, red, white, and blue. Good song, Bruce. Yeah, that is a good song. Yeah, a lot of the tunes I was playing, I only realized it afterwards when I was demoing that pedal. I was playing a lot of Kiss, which probably nobody other than me knew. But anyways. Oh, by the way, yeah. So Kiss made it official. They are doing their farewell tour. I think this is the actual farewell tour. It has to be because they're like pushing 70. But they announced it yesterday, so it's kind of sad for all his fans. The church, Brock, everybody. Hey, all right, man. Zach Thong, thank you so much, man, for checking in. That's awesome. Ravi Shankar setting on Old Monterey is worth the listen. So, oh yeah, Arvon. Yeah, he was a beast, man. He was the guy for, I think he was like the world, probably the best in the world player. Yeah, play some Kiss with Ace. No, not with Ace Soda Pop. No, they're stirring. As far as I know, they're still using Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer. It's going to be Scotty Jeans, a real cool shredder, and he also plays blues. Geez, let me see, R2. You got me thinking now. Who could that be? A shredder that can play blues. Is his first initial R? That's cool. I want to hear some Kiss. Here's the one everybody knows. There you go, a little rock and roll all night. Soda Pop. I don't like Tommy. Ace punched Tommy Thayer. Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's. I think that was a rumor, to be honest with you, but I don't know. Tommy's a fantastic player. Played Deuce. I don't know the intro riff, but that's like one of the simplest things. Is like, man, I'm out of tune. But anyway, that's kind of Deuce. And I don't see my clip-on tuner anywhere. Oh, there it is. Want to rock and roll night, party every day. Gene Simmons in October is going to give away vaults and sing record with people at Sweetwater for $5,000. Yeah. I think I like She and I can play She. Just let me tune this up. Yeah, they I think they're realizing that this is their last time to make some money, so they're kind of going for the throat. I mean, Paul Stanley just designed some Puma, custom designed Puma running shoes. So it's $5,000 per couple. Oh, okay. That's a bargain. If it's per couple. I mean, I'm a huge Kiss fan, and I didn't do the vault thing. I'm not saying anybody that did was wrong to do it. It's just, you know what? For that amount of money, I just buy a guitar. Is Rocket on the good internet connection? I don't know. She Walks by Moonlight. Yeah, that's it. That's the one, Bruce. Like she shocked me. Oh, shock me. Something like that. It's just when these old rockers were not smart with their money and have to resort to things like that. I don't think that was the case with Gene. I just think Gene's real greedy. You know, he just wants to make money every day of his life. And when he's not making money every day of his life, he's doing something wrong. Oh, Kiss fan here. I always felt they were headed for greatness, but something happened. The music was just built. Yeah, you know, my favorite period with that band is the 70s. You know, just loved them in the 70s. I grew up with them in the 70s. And then 80s, they were kind of rough. And then 90s, when they were first reunion, they were kind of, you know, got me back. And it's been what it is since then. Cold Gin. Cool Hacks rocking out. Cold Gin. That was Cold Gin. Gene won't do anything unless it's making a profit. I'm pretty sure he changes the sun for shine. Yeah, Punaj, that's about it, man. And my kids, they just don't understand me at all. Yeah. I'm trying to think now. What lyric is that from? I'm like, trying to think what song that's from. Is that Flaming Youth? Yeah, I had grown out of them by Rock and Roll Over. It's funny, Michael B. Rock and Roll Over is actually my favorite record that they ever did. Saw them during '96. Yeah, I was at the Skydome in Toronto. I saw them two shows in 2 nights on that tour. I was absolutely in heaven. 4th row floors at Skydome for that show. That was like, for me, it was that. I mean, one of the best concerts I've ever seen. I think I've seen this. I've seen his daughter on YouTube. She's good. Okay, I don't know which you guys are talking about. Whose daughter? 2000 Man off of Dynasty. Yeah, 2000 Man apparently was an old Rolling Stones song. I never heard the Rolling Stones version, but that's the beginning of it anyways. 2000 Man. R2's leaving. Later, R2, man. I'll catch you. All right, I have to take care of a few things. Okay. All right, buddy. Have a good one, R2. I'll see you later on EJ, man. Night R2. I have a mint vinyl rock and roll. Wow. The album folds. Wow. That's really cool, Bruce. That is really cool. The Rolling Stones version is trippy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've never heard the Rolling Stones version of that, 9 Fathoms. Only Kiss album I ever had was the Kiss Alive. Yeah, Kiss Alive, yeah, came out in 75, I believe. September of 75. That's the record that kind of made them. The Cars. Yeah, the Cars is a great band. Yeah, I love the Cars. I think we're going to be covering one of their tunes, Just When I Need It. I think we're going to be doing that. My name is Number. It's on a piece of plastic film. I've been growing funny flowers outside my little windowsill. Yeah, those are the lyrics, man. That's 2000 Man. I still have the originals vinyl too. Actually, Michael B. Instead of buying the 3 first albums, because I became a fan, they'd already been out. So that's what I did. I just bought the originals. I go, okay, now I got the first 3. You know, so I bought that. My first record was Destroyer. First album I ever bought in my life was Destroyer. I would have been 11, I think. Yeah. You know, very disrespected band. Everybody, you know, they were a joke band. I used to, you know, get teased and stuff about the band in school, and you know, but whatever. You know, they're here, and most of the bands are the other ones that people were all gaga about are gone. So, if Kiss would have embraced their dark side, they would have had their White Album or Sgt. Pepper's. Well, they tried to do a Sgt. Pepper. They called it The Elder, and it tanked. Me too. And then Alive 2 and Destroyer. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. They also came out with an Originals too, which was the Destroyer, Rock and Roll Over, and Love Gun record, but it was only released in Japan. So that's a collector's thing, the Originals too. Lots of Kiss on cassette. Yeah, Boston, that first Boston record, that was 75 too, I think, eh? Or was it 76? I'm not sure. But that album, yeah, man, that album was like in charts for years. That was like almost like a Dark Side of the Moon situation. It's whatever you like. Yeah, it's whatever you like. That's all it is, Soda Pop. I mean, you know, we're all different ages. Different things grab us at different times. Plaster Caster. Shit. I don't know that. I thought I knew that riff, but I don't. Blaster Caster's a cool tune, yeah. Love Gun, yeah. Love Gun's got a lot of good songs, man. Got Love for Sale. There's a lot of songs, Almost Human, which now the Gene Simmons band is playing. But there's a lot of songs I could have taken off that, and all they seemed to play was Love Gun or I Stole Your Love. But there's some other ones on there that I think were really cool. Well, of course, Christine 16 was the other one. Is it still drinking and driving when your beer doesn't have alcohol? As long as the cop understands that. Hack, do you like Bruce? Yeah, Bruce Kulick. I actually met Bruce Kulick. I actually hung out with Bruce Kulick. Yeah, he's technically amazing. You know, he's very just very clean, very precise. There's no, I don't know. It's just very, very. It's a little too precise for me, actually. You know, because I like Jimmy Page. I like a little bit of slop. You know, I like because you hear more of the intent. But I mean, he's a phenomenal guitar player. There's no doubt. You know, he's a phenomenal guitar player. I don't particularly like what he did with Kiss's leads, because one thing about Ace Frehley, and why I still love Ace, and you know, today, and why he got me, what really inspired me as a kid playing, is because his solos were just, they were like little songs within songs. You know what I mean? And when you covered those songs, to make the songs really come to life for me, you had to play those solos note for note. And Bruce kind of did his own thing, which was fine for some. The 80s stuff, whatever. But that 70s stuff, man, you got to play the solos like Ace. And Aerosmith. Yeah, Aerosmith. That Toys in the Attic record, that was one of my first albums. That Toys in the Attic record is a masterpiece. For me, anyway. That is like the quintessential 70s rock album. Came out, I remember all the bar bands in my hometown were doing covers from it. Like, oh, really, Arvon? That's interesting, because that first album kind of bombed. Mr. Speed. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fantastic lick. I like Mr. Speed a lot. That's probably one of my favorite Kiss tunes ever. Very cool, very nice guy. Ace gave Kiss their sound very unique. Yeah, yeah. Ace was a huge part of it, you know. That guy really influenced a lot of people. Kiss and Master and Rock and Roll Over. Yeah, yeah, they do. I love I like all the lead all the lead breaks on Unmasked. I like, even though they put keyboards in it, whatever, and it was kind of poppy. I still like them all. I really do. A lot of people hate that Unmasked record. I love it. I think it's great. You know, I pretty much like all their records, right up to, I think, Unmasked. Something's going on with my amp here. But up till Unmasked, I think I liked them all. And then what did they do after Unmasked? Was it? Was that Unmasked? And then Peter left. Oh, then they did The Elder. Yeah, and then it kind of, you know, and then after the Creatures. Oh, Creatures was good too. Yeah, Creatures was also good. So it's like Appetite, Destruction, Kiss on that. Very cool, very nice. Even though he was just putting a spin on the pentatonics, it was his style that did it. Yeah, man. Ace Frehley just had the tastiest thing. Okay, I'll give you one thing with Ace Frehley is you're absolutely right. All he played was pentatonics, but let me show you one thing that Ace would do that was just so cool. And it's so subtle, but it's so cool. Yeah, okay. I don't know if you can, let me know if you can hear the guitar. Let me know if you can hear the guitar. Next comment, please. Just let me if it's too loud, not loud enough. Just let me know because I want to show you an Ace thing. That is just, as far as I know, specific to Ace. I love my dogs, but I hate picking up poop or a mow. Wait, what? Yeah. So, can everybody hear that guitar? Is it too loud, not loud enough? The Unholy Riff was killer, Poonage, and is that the mystery behind your channel name? Something like that. Just right. Okay, guitar's coming through. Okay, so here's the Ace Frehley thing. Now I'm going to play a lick that you've heard a million times. Okay, it's a straight pentatonic lick. Everybody's played this. It's a Chuck Berry thing, right? Okay, everybody's heard that, right? Okay, so what Ace used to do, one of the things he used to do, and he did this actually on the Mr. Speed solo, is he'd go, and he would just put that little pause in it. So it's the same 3 notes, same riff, but he would go. And it would just sound like, you know what I mean? It's the same riff, the same notes, but he'd put a speed on it, and it just would make it so freaking cool. And that's an Ace thing, you know? I get accused a lot of ripping off Ace, and I'd say probably he's the guy I rip off the most because all his leads were gold, you know? All his licks and everything. And, of course, he ripped off of Clapton, you know, and Jimmy Page, and, you know, it just keeps going like that, right? It's not always about tech speed. It's, yeah, exactly, Soda Pop. I've never been a big fan of, you know, flashy players. I mean, there has to be a theme to the lead. What color? I agree. Check the comments of my visits. It explains where the name comes from. Oh, HP4. Oh, okay. Can you turn it up a little, please? Like to 11. I can't do that. Sorry, EJ. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. I also like Strange Ways, Parasite, and Watching You. That's Watching You. Strange Ways. I still remember that one. That's the main riff for Strange Ways. Parasite. That's more or less Parasite. Everyone borrows from everyone. Yeah, that's right, Soda Pop. Everyone borrows from everyone. I liked everything up to Double Platinum. Yeah, Double Platinum was cool. I don't like the remixes of some of the songs though. That was unnecessary. Strutter 78, like seriously, what was that about? You know. But I knew the song. Yeah, yeah. I hope everybody's in the chat hasn't been affected by the storms in the U.S. Hope everybody's doing well. I should have mentioned that earlier. Creatures and Lick It Up were good though. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mentioned Creatures was good. Creatures and Lick It Up were both good records. Yeah. And then after that, Gene started phoning stuff in, and Psycho Circus was a joke. There was a couple good songs on Psycho Circus, but yeah, it wasn't up to par with their better stuff anyways, that's for sure. Del Plano is a different version of Dr. Love that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the remixes on that record. Yeah, I love Dr. Love. It's one of my favorite songs. The solo, the A solo on that is absolutely amazing. Good. Might get rain here, but it's been fairly dry in this area. Texas. Oh, so you're a neighbor of VJ, Sonya. That's cool. I've been playing around with what I like to call tweaked blues lately. Not loud enough. Buddy, I don't want to be any louder because my guitar's out of tune, and I'm not really playing that well right now because I'm kind of worn out. Played a lot yesterday when making that demo and stuff, and I usually need a day to recover. It's rain here in Southwest Florida. Yeah, Dave. When is that all going to end for you, man? Because every time I've been following you and watching your vids, it always seems to be raining where you are. I know you're in hurricane season. Like, how long does that last? G-string's out of a bit, hack. Yeah, and I tuned it once before, and it's out again. So, and I don't want to get on a live stream here and have everybody watch me tuning. That's not exactly entertaining. And not that my playing is, but you know. Actually, the G's the only one that's in. I think I'm in now. G-strings at. I'm in South Texas. We have the Cactus. Absolute. Hey, Absolute Mayhem's in the house. Hey, buddy. How goes it? Absolute Mayhem, Bruce. Hey. Saying hello to everybody. We're just talking some Kiss Absolute Mayhem. I don't know who brought it up. Might have been me. But Matthew Lamoth, how are you? How are you doing, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Mitch Heyman. Oh, everybody's jumping in now, man. Mitch Heyman, how are you? Matthew Lamoth, I hope your studies are going well, sir. You know, you were studying for something the other day. Hope that all went well. Do you have Cactus pics? Lamont, doing great. That's good, Matthew. Matthew, you're in Quebec, right? Let me know. I think you were in Quebec. Mitch Heyman, good. Everybody's good. That's awesome, man. Thanks you all for popping in. This is the pre-show. Yeah, it's been the pre-show since I started. Yeah, anyways, thanks everybody for Ottawa. Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, that's right, because I went on about how great Ottawa is. Actually, I love Ottawa. It's a fantastic city. That's cool. Being originally from Chicago, when we were in Texas, I call our blues down there Texago. Blues. Yeah, I like the KK Downing and Glenn Tipton too. Yeah, KK and Glenn Tipton. Judas Priest. I love that band. Bye, you all. Okay, take care, Soda Pop. Thanks for popping in, man. If anybody has a chance, to see Judas Priest, because I don't know how many more years these guys have, but by all means, go see Judas Priest. It's a great show. And Painkiller, yeah, Matthew, man. you know, it's a great show, and Rob Halford is one of the few singers around of that sort of generation that can actually still sing. Like Rob Halford is a monster. I mean, I've seen him live the last two times they came through, and great. And the last record, their last two records they did were unbelievably good. They were like as good as, for me, they were on par with my favorite record, which is probably Screaming for Vengeance. Okay, when they were at their peak, and those records, they could stack up with Screaming for Vengeance. They were both great records, great playing, great everything. And Glenn Tipton, you know, even though he's not touring with them, he did play on those records. And I'm going to say something that is probably going to piss off a lot of people, but I do not have a problem with Richie Faulkner as a guitar player. I think he's fantastic. I've seen him twice live. He's a great performer. He's a great guitar player, and I think he fits the band. I don't know what happened with KK. I don't know who to believe. You know, he said. I don't know the story there, but I have no issues with Richie Faulkner. I think he's a fantastic guitar player, and he really suits the band. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on Judas Priest. Take care, Soda. Okay, we're saying goodbye to Soda. Yeah, Dave Byron. Yeah, your instrumentals are fantastic, man. Richie's a killer guitarist and seems like a nice. Yeah, Matthew, he does seem like a really cool guy, man. You know, he shouldn't be getting any grief at all. And KK, you know, he makes comments now and again. I don't know if he's trying. I don't know where he's coming from. Like, I don't like judging, right? Like, I don't know what his intent is, what his motive is, you know. But the result of what he's saying, though, is kind of like it kind of gives sometimes an impression, you know, that that somebody shouldn't be there or whatever. Anyways, I just don't like any of that. Breaking the Law, Painkiller, and his extent of my knowledge. Well, that's Breaking the Law. That's their big hit, right? Right. That's their big hit. Deep Purple was badass live. Yeah, there's you can see it on YouTube. The Made in Japan, the actual concert. It's in black and white. Yeah, if you watch that show, they're on fire. I've never been a huge Deep Purple fan, but watch Scorpions and Pat, very long. Oh yeah, Pat Travers, that is long. Yeah, that would be a long time ago. Yeah, the funny thing is, as much as I like Priest, I've only seen him in the last 4 or 5 years, right? Which is kind of strange. Metal Gods. Oh, Metal Gods, man. I love that. That's one of my favorite Priest songs. Yeah, they still rock, Dave Byron. They're fantastic. Does he not like Richie B? Matthew, there's some comments that, you know, now you just released a book, eh? Or I don't know if it's out yet, or it's just coming out now. And, you know, he mentions things like, I don't know why they didn't ask me to come in, you know, why they didn't ask me to come in for Glenn, you know, and I would just play my parts and Richie would play Glenn's parts. I don't know. It's just the tone of it sometimes. It kind of strikes me as being, I don't know. He seems to, he's kind of implying that the band doesn't want him around or they kind of alienated him or something. Old man, they still are. I'm just giving you a hard time. You sound great. Thanks for saying so, EJ. I'm lazy, can't get out of bed. Oh, Dave Byron retracts his mind. I'm seeing Black Sabbath and Metallica tribute bands tomorrow night at Voodoo Fest. That sounds really cool, man. Yeah, Black Sabbath. Here's a question for you all. What's your favorite period of Black Sabbath? Was it the original Ozzy stuff? Was it the Dio stuff? Was it the Ian Gillan? Was it, geez, I can't remember that other guy. But what was your favorite period of Sabbath? Beyond the Realms of Death, Diamond and Rust, Beyond Cool. Yeah, Black Sabbath, man. That's just, what a fantastic band, man. That's my very bad Mob Rules. Diamond and Rust, War Pigs, enough said. Yeah. Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush. Yeah, Robert Trower, SRB. Ozzy. Dio was cool. Ozzy and Dio. Okay. Black Sabbath. Nativity in Black. Yeah, the first time I saw Black Sabbath was they were touring with Dio, the first time, at least here anyway, and it was the Mob Rules tour. And I never seen Dio in my life, and I mean, if you've seen Dio, he's just like, I don't know, 4.5 feet tall or whatever. But holy man, what a voice on that guy! Wow. And those records, the Heaven and Hell record and the Mob Rules record, I think those two are my favorite Sabbath albums. And I mean, as much as I love Ozzy, I I love Sabbath with Dio probably because that's the first Sabbath that I saw. Uh, Original Ozzy period for me. Yeah. Yeah. Edgar Winter. Edgar Winter. Yeah. Frankenstein. Dun, 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 dun. Years ago when they got back with Ozzy, honestly. They still killed it. Yeah, I saw that tour. The End tour. I saw that. I saw that tour. Johnny Winter, I mean. Oh, okay. Johnny Winter, man. Fantastic blues player. You know, he was and he always played that Firebird, and he made that Firebird rock, man. It was but Mob Rules tour was badass. Yeah, the Mob Rules tour was cool. It was cool. Yeah. So that's my favorite Sabbath period, and one of my favorite concerts to watch on Blu-ray is that Heaven and Hell. When they came back as Heaven and Hell with Dio, and they played those shows at Radio City Music Hall, and they got Vinny Appice on drums. I love that show. I've watched it I don't know how many times. Johnny had a killer cover, Jumping Jack Palmer. Johnny had. Oh, Johnny Winter. Yes. Yeah, now I'm talking. I know what you're talking about. Older UFO. Yeah. Yeah. What's that? Oh, jeez. What's that riff? What's that song? Can't think of it now. Dun, 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 dun. Can't think of it. I gotta go too. You rock, dude. Everyone in the chat, love you guys. All right, EJ, love you, buddy. Take care, man. We'll see you later on. Rock Bottom, thank you. Yeah, and it's the name of a Kiss song too, and I still couldn't remember it. Yeah, Doctor, yeah. UFO had some good tunes. I mean, UFO's still playing now. They've got Vinnie Moore playing guitar for them, which is like, wow. Yeah. Brown Sabbath for Black Sabbath covers. Oh, okay, cool, Arvon. Yeah. Yeah, UFO was never, they never, at least in Canada, they weren't a really big band. They didn't do a lot up here to make themselves known. 73 at the Baltimore. Wow. I'm sure it was a great show, Mitch. Why is it UFO never got bigger? Yeah, Matthew, I don't know if you're my age, buddy, but I don't remember UFO even touring Canada. I mean, we used to get a lot of British bands. I mean, obviously, like Sabbath would come over, and a lot of those bands, Judas Priest would come over. Iron Maiden came over a million times. But I don't really remember UFO coming over. I enjoyed Triumph. Yeah, Triumph was a good Canadian band, 9 Fathoms. Rick Emmett is one of those guitar players that he can play pretty much anything, any style. Like he can classical, blues. He releases a lot of solo records that are completely different styles of music. So they were really big in Canada, and I think they did pretty well in the U.S. too. I don't know about Europe, but they were really big. But I mean, nobody was bigger than Rush. And still, biggest Canadian band ever. Max Sabbath. Rock and Roll Machine. Yeah. Supertramp for some. Oh, Supertramp, man. Yeah. Actually, Roger is it Goodson, the singer? He's playing a casino here in a few months. Yeah, they're a great power trio. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, good power trio. And you had 2 lead singers, right? You had the drummer, whose name I can't remember, and then you had Rick Emmett. Yeah. Is a university professor at Humber now for guitar, I believe. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, he must be down at the Lakeshore campus. Man, I'd love to meet him at a mixer. That'd be awesome. Nine Fathoms. I think there's some footage of Triumph for the the US Festival. From yeah the yeah yeah they did the US Festival. That's right. Yeah, they think they played in the day. Actually, Judas Priest even played in the daytime. The closer for that was Van Halen, was it not? All right, you know what? I'm done with this guitar. It's always out of tune. It's a Les Paul. What are the odds? No, something's going on funky with it. It was fine yesterday. I don't know. It just nothing really, you know. It's like when a guitar is out of tune, it's guitar repellent for me. Triumph from the US Festival. Yeah, I love Triumph for Recount solo albums, but you're right. My band is Rush. Well, you know, it is what it is, man. Like Rush, I mean, don't get me started on Canadian bands. I'm Canadian, as most of you may already know, but I can go on and on about Canadian bands and fantastic Canadian music, especially from that period. You know, one of my favorite bands is Bachman Turner Overdrive. Like, oh my God, you talk about great playing, great songs. You know, Randy Bachman, I talked about him the other day on Ben's show. Like, what an underrated guitar player. You know, I could go on and on, you know, Bachman Turner Overdrive, you know, April Wine, Rush, of course, Triumph. I mean, there was a local band here that I absolutely loved, and they didn't really get big elsewhere, and that was Gatto. You know, just great bands. Rough Trade. I mean, it just goes on and on. We saw Foreigner a lot since they were a New York-based band. Yeah, Foreigner was great. I saw Foreigner, but I think the only original guy was Mick Jones. I saw him at a casino here. But he still looked good, played well. You know, on those songs. I mean, we cover Hot Blooded with one of my bands. It's so much fun to play that stuff. One of my favorite Canadian guitarists, Michael J. is Michael J. Fox. Yeah, Michael J. was a good guitar player. That was him actually playing, from what I understand. The Guess Who's my favorite? Yeah, Matthew Lamont. The Guess Who, man. Undone. Listen to the tasty, jazzy. Love that stuff. BTO is my favorite band before discovery. Yeah, Nine Fathoms. That's funny, man. You know what? Yeah. I was right into BTO before Kiss as well, because they had that big, heavy guitars, man. Like that Not Fragile album. You know? Come on. You can't beat that. Just big ass fat guitars and really good playing, you know, catchy tunes. It was like Slade on steroids, you know. BTO, baby. Yeah, Old Man Daniel's BTO. Didn't you guys have a great Zeppelin cover band called The White? Yeah, we did. I saw them. Yeah, they were really good. Yeah, Michael White was the singer. Yeah, I saw them. They were good, man. This is years ago. This is like in the 90s. You just turn those little metal things at the top, and it'll go back in a tune. Damn, Pooh Ninja, you're a goddamn genius. Thank God you're here. Yeah, I just don't have the patience for it right now. I've tuned it a couple of times. That keeps going on me. Nothing like being 7 years old and singing Nothing to Lose to your face. Yeah, Nothing to Lose. Subject matter is not something a 7-year-old would want to be singing about. I'm just saying. The Guess Who. Love the Guess Who. Yeah, the Guess Who was great. Headstones were another great. Headstones were from Hamilton, but close. Yeah, yeah, they were okay. For a Hamilton band, my favorite band was Teenage Head. You know, they were fantastic. If you've never heard of Teenage Head, okay, when this is over, go to YouTube, Google Teenage Head. Just catchy, great tunes. Specifically, go to a record called Frantic City. You will love it. You will love that record. If you like that sort of punky, poppy kind of thing. This is before all the bands that are doing it now, the Blink-182s and all. This is well before that. You know, just check it out. Those songs are so catchy, man. Yeah. You know what I haven't? Nobody's mentioned. I mean, not that it's a Canadian band, although one of the members was actually originally Canadian. Any Cult fans in the group? The Cult was another fantastic band. I mean, they came into prominence in the 80s, but they were putting out some really good records, man, and just good straight back to rock and roll. Badfinger picked the best bad name. Yeah, Badfinger. Badfinger was like gonna be the second Beatles, eh? They were actually I believe it was Paul McCartney that discovered it. We had Dred Zeppelin. Yeah, yeah. I've seen some YouTube stuff of Dred Zeppelin. Yeah, the Cult is awesome. Billy Duffy. Our Kingston, Ontario band, my friend, not Toronto. Oh, I apologize. Absolutely. I could have sworn they were from Hamilton. Actually, I think the Ian Astbury was originally from Hamilton. Yeah, the Cult is Billy Duffy. Yeah, Billy Duffy is a great guitar player. Who was Canadian in the Cult? Ian Astbury. He grew up. I think he moved to England when he was like 11 or something. But you think he's from Kingston? Sorry, Hamilton. Being that Kingston is my hometown. I know a lot of people in Kingston. Absolute. My wife's from Kingston. And I don't hold that against her. So, also, if we're talking Canadian bands, no one said the Hip or Blue. Yeah, Blue Rodeo. Yeah, Blue Rodeo was cool. They're still around. I got hipped out, I think. Yeah, everybody goes on about the Hip. Yeah, I like the Hip. Don't get me wrong, and I mean, obviously, the Brian Downey, what he went through was horrible and all of that. But I think what they, especially locally here, I think they kind of really overdid the Hip. They really pushed it too hard. I think it was a little bit of overexposure. Just my experience. Not that I don't like the songs and that, but it was like just too much. I used to like Blue Cheer. Yeah, Blue Cheer was like the first heavy band, from what I hear. They would do Summertime Blues and just like crank it. There was like, and then the Who would do it as well, right? I don't know if Who did it first, if it was Blue Cheer or the Who, and they would just crank it really, really loud and play really dirty. Hugh Dillon. Yeah, Hugh Dillon went on to be a great actor. Yeah, he's still on that series, I think, that Cop series. It's a Canadian series, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, you guys have Jason. Okay, why'd you have to do that, old man Dan? We were having a nice conversation here, and you had to Bieber it for us. Come on, man. Hey, you know what? Good news, though. I hear he's becoming an American citizen. Enjoy. I thought they were from Toronto. Kingston sounds right. Yeah. The Hip is a Kingston band. That is for sure. Classic rock radio killer. A lot of bands for me. Yeah. That's what I was saying, Matthew Lamont. I mean, you know what? I mean, you can only listen to so much Hip. It almost killed Led Zeppelin for me, man. It's like I had to stop listening to those old radio stations because it's like Led Zeppelin every second song. Come on. It's because Hugh Dillon was born and raised in Kingston. Oh, man. Yeah. So Hugh Dillon is from Kingston. That's cool. I had no idea. Honestly, I had no idea it was from Kingston. No disrespect to Kingston. Again, my wife is from Kingston. So, yeah. And, of course, what's her name? That singer from Napanee. The girl. I can't remember what her name was. She was big and she disappeared. The Detroit 5. Is that the MC5? Who Ninja? Pink Floyd is my favorite band these days. Yeah. Avril Lavigne, thank you. Yeah. I think she's making a comeback, though. I saw something the other day. I think she's released a single again. Yeah. Pink Floyd is, never been my cup of tea. That's just one of the bands that I never really got into. I will love it for giving us the great one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mr. Gretzky from Brantford, Ontario, which is about an hour from here, 45 minutes. Yeah. I don't know if he's still involved in hockey management. I don't know what he's doing right now. I mean, he was heavily involved with the Phoenix Coyotes. I don't know if he still is. But he should have his hand in something. I mean, other than, when we play internationally, he should have his hand in something because, I mean, he's like our Mr. Hockey, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Okay, what do we got here? We got 14 people watching at 7:43. Okay, folks. Unsubbed. JK. No worries. Mayhem, I might have to unsub you. Can't say that on YouTube about Pink Floyd. Oh. I didn't say that they were horrible. It was just not my bag. There's a lot of bands that aren't my bag, you know. David Gilmour, fantastic. I mean, the songs that everybody loves, I love them too, but they were just a little bit too out there for me. And I think a big reason that they just played them too much, you know. Like the Wall record, when that record came out, that thing was on like a gazillion times. So even if you kind of like the tunes, you got tired of hearing them. I think he has his hands in Edmonton. Okay, this will be good. Yes, MC5, just kidding. It's all right. No worries, Michael B. I love Gilmour's phrasing. Yeah, Gilmour as a guitar player. Yeah. You know, we going back to what we were talking about way before about, you know, playing to the song and playing solos that kind of are like songs within songs. Gilmour is like the poster child for that, you know, the poster guitar player for that, because his leads are just wow. You know what I mean? And his control and his phrasing and, you know, little nuances. Yeah, his stuff sounds real simple, but if you try playing it, it's really hard to execute. Yeah, it's fantastic. Okay, we got about 15 minutes before Randy Rhoads as well. Yeah, Randy Rhoads. Damn shame, man. Imagine if Randy Rhoads was still alive, what that guy be doing now. Damn shame. Those records he made with Ozzy, Diary of a Madman especially, absolutely love those records, man. Absolutely love them. Yeah. Okay, folks. Been trying to gonna let this go. It's 7:45. I'm sure you're all gonna check out Ben Coombs, who's gonna be on right after me. Connects with Guitars. He's doing his weekly Thursday night show. And EJ, who was on earlier, is going to be doing his show after Ben's, I believe, about 9:30, and he's going to have some fantastic guests, and who some of them were on here earlier. So check out EJ, check out Connects with Guitars, Ben Coombs. Thank you all so much for popping in. Again, this is, as always, is an absolute blast. Hope everything worked out well. The new mic, the new camera. Hope it all looked good, sounded good. And I will catch you all in the chat because I'm going to be checking out those guys as well. And live, I will be going live a week from today, 6:30 Thursday. All right? Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.